January the 25th, 2016. As you're looking at the new whitehouse.gov, and it's such a relief not to be coming here and reading information about the New World Order and the end of this nation. What a relief. But we've been seeing reports, and I mentioned it in the last couple of videos, about what Trump is doing. But now we have the executive orders from today posted on the White House's website. Now, 2 were put up to date, but he's only done 4, guys, and the ones he's done is because he's reversing executive orders by Obama, who didn't go through Congress. And he said he was going to do this, and it needed to be done. But today there was the executive order, border security and immigration enforcement improvements. We talked about that, building the wall, sending several, I think 5,000 more Border Patrol agents with other backup and more, is whatever they need as far as tools. And now the Border Patrol group is very happy because they have been kept from their job. The second one, guys, very important. Notice Executive Order, January 25th of 2017, enhancing public safety in the interior of the United States. Where? Interior. It has everything to do with this order. Now, just quickly, let's look at the first 2 of the 4 that he has issued. On the first day, he minimizes the economic burden of Obamacare. He's telling everybody to lay off. Don't you dare burden the American people with taking money out of their taxes because they couldn't afford this idiotic insurance plan. January 24th, expediting environmental reviews and approvals for high-priority infrastructure projects, pipelines, bridges, railroads. Now, there's a plan behind this pipeline thing that most people don't understand. Now, I want it to be environmentally safe, and you know that's how I feel about that. And one thing I feel good about about the situation is that he has said he wants American steel workers put back to work, and they're the best in the world. Ask the folks in Pittsburgh. But, and so with that in mind, we're going to have great safety. Now, they need to, while they're doing this, they need to be aware of the Native Americans, their lands, and their rights. This thing can be rerouted. It can be done safely. But what it will do is keep us from being dependent, possibly, on oil from Iran or oil from Saudi Arabia. Kind of an energy independence thing. But the main thing here is this public safety in the interior United States. He's following it right into every promise he told us. And within the 3rd day of the first week, Friday was mostly taken up with ceremony, but he did get the Obamacare executive order in on that. But let's look at the enhancing public safety order. Now, it's from the White House Press Secretary for immediate release today, January 25th. It is, again, public safety in the interior, guys. From what I'm reading on here, if you're an illegal immigrant and you're in jail for any reason, you're out of here. You're gone. It says, by the authority vested in me as president by the Constitution and the laws of the United States of America, including the Immigration and Nationality Act, and in order to ensure the public safety of the American people and communities across the United States, as well as to ensure that our nation's immigration laws are faithfully executed, I hereby declare the policy of the executive branch to be an order as follows, guys. Check this out. Section 1. Now, let me say this. If this occurs, and I think it's going to happen, he has not lied to us one time. And we rallied and we got behind him to save this country. But you imagine the relief on the tax burden by emptying the jails and the sanctuary cities? Think about that. That will build the wall. Interior enforcement of our nation's immigration laws is critically important to the national security and public safety of the U.S. Many aliens who illegally enter the U.S. or those who overstay or otherwise violate the term of their visas and they present a significant threat to national security and public safety. This is particularly so for aliens who engage in criminal conduct in the United States. Guys, today in George County, Washington, a lady was shot 13 times by a group of illegal aliens from Mexico. Killed. Her family lost their mother. Sanctuary jurisdictions across the United States willfully violate federal law in an attempt to shield aliens from the removal from the United States. Now, guys, what did I say in the video before this? And that was before I saw the actual wording of the documents. I said that these sanctuary jurisdictions and cities had better look out. Here it comes. These jurisdictions have caused immeasurable harm to the American people and to the very fabric of our republic. Guys, isn't that such a breath of fresh air compared to the rhetoric that we've heard for the last 8 years between Obama and Hillary? Tens of thousands of removable aliens have been released into communities across this country. It's cost a lot of lives. It cost some yesterday, solely because their home countries refuse to accept them back. It's called repatriation. Many of these aliens are criminals who have served time in our federal, state, and local jails. The presence of such individuals in the U.S. and the practices of foreign nations that refuse them are contrary to our national interests. Although federal immigration law provides a framework for federal-state partnerships in enforcing our immigration laws to ensure the removal of aliens who have no right to be in the U.S., the federal government has failed to discharge this basic sovereign responsibility. Guys, Obama is not out of this yet. We cannot faithfully execute the immigration laws of the U.S. if we exempt classes or categories or removable aliens from potential enforcement. The purpose of this order is to direct executive departments and agencies to employ all lawful means to enforce the immigration laws of the United States. Guys, in the Border Patrol is run by Homeland Security. He got the new general approved today. Another alpha male general that didn't like Obama. Obama didn't like him. Now he's going to run this. A couple of other things about this. It says the Section 2 policy. It is the policy of the executive branch to A, ensure the faithful execution of the immigration laws of the U.S., including the INA, against all removable aliens consistent with Article 2, Section 3. Make use of all available systems and resources to ensure the efficient and faithful execution of the immigration laws of the U.S. Ensure that jurisdictions that fail to comply with applicable federal law do not receive federal funds except as mandated by law. Guys, that means L.A. is just about to lose $500 million. He's not going to stop there. If that doesn't do it, you think he's going to allow this to continue? You guys in these cities, in these jurisdictions, you better re-elect and impeach people very quickly. Ensure that aliens ordered removed from the U.S. are promptly removed, and to support victims and the families of victims of crimes committed by removable aliens. Guys, I can see lawsuits against the mayors and the people that released these criminals back into our society that committed another crime, especially murder. I can see civil cases. Mayors, are you listening? The terms of this order were applicable shall have the meaning provided by Section 1101, Title 8. Let's go down. Enforcement of the immigration laws in the interior of the United States. In furtherance of the policy described in Section 2 of this order, I hereby direct agencies to employ all lawful means to ensure the faithful execution of the immigration laws of the United States against all removable aliens. That's what I said, guys, right now, and the Border Patrol could not be happy. Now, he's listed the priorities for the Secretary of Homeland Security, the new one. Said this is for the removal of those aliens described by the Congress in these following sections. You can check them out. Let's break it down. Guys, this is why I'm saying the jails are about to be clear. The tax burden is about to be lifted. A, have been convicted of any criminal offense. B, have been charged with any criminal offense where such charge has not been resolved. You're not going to court. You're out of here. Have committed acts that constitute a chargeable criminal offense. Again, you haven't been convicted. You're gone. Mexico, you can deal with it. You will pay for the wall. Have engaged in fraud or willful misrepresentation in connection with any official matter. Think about that, guys. Phony passports, fake driver's license, fake voter IDs, or application before a government agent. Have abused any program related to the receipt of public benefits. Guys, there's a lot more people leaving here than just in the jails. Section F, they are subject to final order of removal but who have not complied with their legal obligation to depart, or in the judgment of an immigration officer, or otherwise pose a risk to public safety or national security. Now, if you come out of that into Section 6, it starts listing the civil fines and penalties. As soon as it is practical, and by no later than 1 year after the date of this order, the Secretary shall issue guidance and promulgate regulations where required by law to ensure the assessment and collection of all fines and penalties that the Secretary is authorized under the law to access and collect from aliens unlawfully present in the United States and from those who facilitate their presence in the United States. Sanctuary city mayors, you're going to pay. You're going to help build a wall. And these civil fines and penalties aren't just money. They mean imprisonment. And that's what should happen. And that's how the majority of Americans that voted this new president in feel, regardless of the satanic influence imposed by Hollywood and mainstream media. But guys, I'm going to link to this particular site. You've seen it many times. Look at the other orders, read through them. But it's a new day. And it's time that some of this burden was taken off of us hardworking Americans. It's nothing against any other country. Most of this complaint is against our government that has betrayed us. Say for Mexico, for example, we can't walk over there and stay and get on benefits and things like that. So it's got to be free and balanced trade and immigration and legal. That's just how it is, because a lot of people are going to say at this video, but BP, you're so prejudiced or you're so racist or whatever. No, I'm not. I'm just tired of paying everybody else's bill when I can barely afford to pay mine. Okay? That's all it is. Get real. It's a heads up. Be safe.